Oh, my phone is skipping around on me. But there's no bumpy roads in Farmington. What are you talking about? Anyway, let's not get into that. Oh, it's hot in here. You need to make that back or stop spending it. Hey everybody, Ken Collins here. Somebody asked me, should I use Google Adwords pay-per-click campaigns for my business? And in case you don't know what that is, when you do a search, which you've probably done on Google, and you see the ads at the top, the sponsored search things that you recognize as ads, and you generally skip over them and go to the quote-unquote real search results, that's what Google Adwords is. Oh, my phone is skipping around on me. Hold on. Readjustment. Okay. So, that's what happens with bumpy roads. But there's no bumpy roads in Farmington. What are you talking about? Anyway. So anyway, Google Adwords. That's what that is. You can go to Google Adwords and make bids on keywords, search terms. Whenever I talk about keywords, it's a search term. So whenever you type something into a Google search, that string of words is a long tail keyword, depending on how many there are. If it's just one word, it's not. It's a short tail keyword. Anyway, let's not get into that. So Google AdWords allows you to make bids on certain search terms. Now, your effectiveness at doing that is going to depend on your competition. In other words, other people who are trying to purchase those same keywords, and how much you're willing to pay for it, and how much whatever you're linking through that you're saying you want that search to click through to, how relevant that is to the search terms that you're bidding on, the keywords. So, for instance, if I'm running an AdWord campaign for combinations of women's shoes, and it clicks through to a website about pet care, probably not going to show up at all, no matter how much I want to spend on that AdWord campaign. So anyway, it can be a little tricky. You need to know what you're doing so that you don't waste any money, or just not even have the ability to spend any money on it, because Google's not going to allow it to show up because it's not appropriate. Not a good match between the keywords and the page that you're trying to get traffic to, trying to get people to visit. So, it's hot in here. If you have the budget for it, and if you have a good enough lead generation system in place, in other words, someone will search for something, it comes up, your Google AdWords campaign comes up in the search terms as an ad, someone clicks through, visits your page, and you get something from them. Name and email address, that sort of thing. In some instances, you might be able to go straight to a sale if you're able to sell off your website. But what you need to do is have something that's good enough to get you something back. It would be silly. There's some branding, but there's better ways to go about branding than Google AdWords. So Google AdWords needs to relate to an ROI, a return on your investment. However much you spend on your Google AdWords campaign, you need to make that back or stop spending it. So I'm not a fan of Google AdWords just outright, but there are instances where you can and will generate a return on your investment. if you're doing it properly. So have a proper lead generation campaign in place, or if you're selling from your website, make sure that you have a good conversion from people visiting your sales pages, your product pages, services pages, whatever it might be. Make sure you have a good conversion from people visiting those pages to actually making a purchase. If you have a good conversion on that end of it, then drive as much traffic to those pages as you possibly can. And one way to do that is by using a Google AdWords campaign. Same with your lead generation campaigns. If you have, say, an offer or a free ebook or a video series, it's a strategy I've been known to use and am employing currently. Have one of those things to where you offer somebody something in exchange for their name and email address, possibly a phone number. In any case, they're going to become a lead for you that then you can nurture over time into a sale. If you have something like that in place to where you get a good conversion from the number of people visiting the landing page where you generate your leads from to people actually becoming leads, if that conversion is good, again, send as much traffic to that thing as you can. And one of the ways of doing that is with a Google AdWords campaign. So if you're just trying to get traffic to your website, but don't have anything to do with them, you know, you're not using that traffic to your own benefit, other than a phone number, an address, and mission, vision, here's what we do kind of a thing, probably not going to get a return on your investment. Bear in mind that if you really do need tons of traffic to your website and your competitors are doing have a search engine optimization, an SEO strategy in place, and you do not, and all you're using is AdWords, your competitors will always beat you no matter how much you're willing to spend on AdWords. That's generally why I'm not a fan of AdWords, because people tend to use it as a replacement for SEO. So here's why that is. So if you search for something, you generally recognize the ads at the top, which they're ads. The search results at the top of the search results that are ads. You recognize those ads, or you recognize them as ads, and you generally skip over them, along with 85% of the people that see that page. So 85% of the people that see ads on a search page will skip over the ads and go to the real search results. In fact, every single person that shows up on the first page of the search results is going to beat the amount of traffic that you're able to generate with your Google AdWords at the top of the search results, because that's where they're gonna place them. So no matter how much money you want to spend on getting people to click those search terms and get through to your website, if your competitors have an SEO strategy in place and are showing up on the same search terms on the first page of the search results, they will always beat you. Always. Every time.